What's happening again? Hey, I'm back. This time to do a much overdue comic collection update, also with the action figure update. I was kind of waiting to see if any more was going to come out of this whole COPPA thing before I did the comic book updates. And the reason why is I could see comic books and action figures being more of an issue for all of us in the comic book / collectible communities than my heavy metal albums, or those things. I can't see that YouTube or the FTC would really come down on heavy metal being targeted for children. But I had kind of a lot of questions when it came to action figures and comic books. But in here there are Black Label, like DC Black Label, and also the Punisher is on Max or whatever. Something. Anyway, it's adult oriented. So a lot of my comic books are geared towards adults, not especially none 13 and under, which some of these I wouldn't want, like if I had kids, I wouldn't want them to read it till they were like, 16, 17 and could understand and, anyway. So I'm not as worried about it anymore. The latest update I have is that YouTube has reached out to the FTC to get more of a clarification on what exactly they are going to target in terms of content that is kids-oriented, especially when you have mixed media where some of it, a kid may read. Some of these comic books a kid may read, but a lot of the comics that a show or action figures or whatnot might be geared towards adults. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to fly through these because there's a bunch. Like I say, I've been waiting. I'm not going to say a whole lot about each one. I may stop and talk about a few of these individually, but otherwise I'm going to kind of fly through these. For the action figures, I've always wanted the Iron Man, the original, I don't know, what is it called? The Mach 1 or... Anyway, the first Iron Man suit. And this is the one, of course, he built in the cave. So I've always wanted that, so I picked that up really, really cheap. So I was glad to get that. That's the only action figure. The rest of these are going to be comics. And again, I'm going to fly through these. I've picked up a bunch of the True Believers, the dollar comic books, lately because there's been a lot of them, and a lot of them look really, really cool. So Conan, Valley of the Worm, which I think is going to lead into the Serpent War, which I have started here. Sorry about the glare, everybody. So you got Conan, Serpent War #1, and this is an old issue adapted from the Chiller. So I guess maybe it was a single issue Chiller that maybe they're going to expand now, but anyway. So that's labeled Conan's Serpent War 0. Punisher Soviet, this is the second issue I've picked up of that. It's okay. It's Garth Ennis, who's my favorite writer of Punisher. It's not blowing me away or anything. It's a solid story so far, and we'll see where it goes. I'm really digging the new Ghost Rider that's come out, and this is number 3. These are not in any kind of particular order, by the way. I may have picked some of these up last week and some of the week before. So, and this one is the one I'm actually going to read tonight. So it's already out of the bag and board. But Ghost Rider 2099, the 2099 crossover that's going on right now. So, man, I'm really digging that as well. I love Mars Attacks. And right now we've got Warlord of Mars Attacks. This is number 2, I think. Yeah. So I love that cover. This is a variant. I don't know what's going on there, but he's sticking his finger sticking his finger in his mouth. So I don't know what's going on. But this is a 15-year. I guess they're celebrating 15 years of Dynamite. A couple of Gideon Falls. I was behind on this, so I need to get caught up. So that is 16. And so this one's going to be 15. So getting caught up on that. Here's another 2099. Spider-Man #1, 2099. I read all the 2099s that come out back in, the early 90s. Doom #1. I've not read this one yet. I've not read that Spider-Man either. This was a cool thing. Detective Comics 1017. Cool little... it's probably going to be like a one-shot story. But it's kind of different. It's kind of Batman. It's not a Batman story. It's more of a Bruce Wayne story. and it's really, really unique, I think. So it's kind of different, but I enjoy it. Batman's Grave, number 3. Good series so far. I don't really know what a grave has to do with it so far. Maybe that'll tell me later. Savage Sword of Conan, number 12. Killer cover there. Pretty Deadly, number 4. I've not read this yet because I wanted to get the trades for the first series, or the volume 1. This is the wrap. So I've got the volume 1 and volume 2 of Pretty Deadly, and I'm going to read those, and then I'm going to get into that more in detail because I was a little bit lost reading issue number 1. Morbius, look at that cover right here. Yeah. Morbius the Vampire Slayer, man. Issue 1 was cool. I've not read this one yet. Number 2. If you haven't bought this, don't waste your money, man. This is crap. This is just selling books. This is New Year's Evil. It's $10, and I fell for it. I thought, oh man, it's going to be some cool stories. You've got Judge, I always say Judge Death. Batman Who Laughs, of course, the Joker and Harley and Sinestro and the gang. Yeah, every story in here sucked, by the way. Don't waste your money. If you haven't bought it, it came out, was it last week or the week before? Anyway, New Year's Evil. If you haven't bought it, don't get it. If you really, really want it, let me know. I'll send it to you. It's terrible. Star Wars Saga. This is billed as a primer to get you ready for the next Star Wars series. So basically, this is just a look back at the current run that just ended on Star Wars, and they're about to start a new title. I forget the name of it. So again, I'm gonna try to hurry. Well, it doesn't say what it's called. Maybe it's in here. Hold on. Sorry. Ascendant. So you've got Star Wars Empire Ascendant. So this is kind of just a summary of the story so far, and they call it a primer, but it just kind of highlights the storyline, some of the highlights of the stories that were written so far. All right. Batman 84. It was all right. Tom King, he ends his run next issue. Yes. True Believer another True Believers. Star Wars. I got a few of these. This one's with the Death Probe. Doctor Doom number 3. I'm really enjoying this. I love Doctor Doom, man. Lazarus Risen. These come out once every quarter. These are thick books. They are $8, but they're really good, man. I really like Rucka's writing in here and the artwork and everything. This is one of the best things of 2019. Speaking of the best of 2019, Venom, however, this is 2099 Venom, and I read it, and it was a cool story. Interested to see where this goes. Another really good read right now, and this is on the DC Black Label, Batman Curse of the White Knight. Really, really enjoying this story right here. Alright, so this was off of, I bought this off my comic book shop. Somebody showed this, and I think it might have been my buddy Angel. It was either him or Matt at Pages Films of Plastic or Funk Off. One of those showed this, and I had to get it. So I picked that up. Like I say, it was one of them too, I think, that showed this. And I was like, and these are really good stories, by the way, in here. They're not junk. They're really good. I picked up a couple of variants of Morbius number 1 that came out this current run of Morbius. And so, these are really cool. I like the covers a lot. And I forgot who did them because my memory sucks. But I like them. And so I picked those up. I got a deal on buying both. It was under $10 with shipping. So, I picked up a number 1 variant of Monsters Unleashed. I have this full series, but I wanted to get this variant because I didn't have it. And I really like it. I like it a lot. These are some comics I won off Comic Altruism's eBay store. By the way, if you don't know Comics Altruism, cool dude, great channel, sells comics to raise money for charities. The charities change every month. I probably mention them every episode, but I don't care because it's awesome. And so if you can help in any way, buy anything to support it, do it. But I got the Tomb of Dracula, number 40. So I got that. And I picked up, I'm a gold key kind of guy, also Charlton. So I picked up Dark Shadows. Are these even, some of these aren't numbered. This is from 1971. So Dark Shadows from 1971. Glare, get the glare off. Pop. And then, this one is undated. August of something. Anyway, an old Dark Shadows. And also from his eBay store, I picked up Fighting Army number 151. Love the old military and horror books from Charlton Comics. Weird War. This was also, I think, yeah, this was from him off his eBay store as well. And yeah, I told you I got a bunch of the dollar True Believers, and here's 3 of the Star Wars ones. I already showed one. This is the Third Law with Vader versus Leia. I haven't read this one, but this is True Believers Legends, Star Wars, The Hunter. You can't beat these dollar comics, man. And I did read this one, and I really liked it. It was pretty cool. What's his name? Not Jabba the Hutt, but the other one. The one that's got abs and is built. Anyway, they've got to... Han and Chewie got to transport him to prison, and there's all kinds of hijinks on the way. It's really, really cool. So, all right. I hope that's it. Man, I did this 11 minutes. That's pretty good. If you stuck with me the whole almost 12 minutes, you rock. Thanks for watching. Let me know about any of these comics, what you think of them, or if you think they suck, or if you think they rock, or whatever. Let's talk about them. All right, everybody. Take care. Farley out.